Hey guys, and welcome back to another one of my knit talk videos. Okay, so first I wanted to get started talking about my key sweater because it's completed. It's all done, guys. The sleeves are done, everything's done. I've worn it to work already. Stand up once, and then I just wore it today because I went to my knitting meetup, my weekly Saturday knitting meetup, and all my knitting friends were very, very excited to see it because I've been working on it forever. To show as much of it as I can, but it's so beautiful. It's weird because while working on it, I was really excited about it, and then I don't know what it's called, but midway through the last sleeve, I was like, okay, I kind of hate these colors. I don't know if this is gonna work out. This might look crazy, and then I put it on and wore it to work, and I was like, okay, I'm feeling it. But I've worn it a few times since wearing it to work, right when I finished it, and I've loved it. These colors are beautiful, and I think that it just turned out great. The only thing that I noticed is, again, I have to nitpick about something. Again, the stripes, it was my fault. I completely, as you can see, the stripes here are a lot thicker than the ones up here. And I guess I just thought that I had memorized the pattern enough, the amount of repeats or rows or whatever. I had not, because clearly it got thicker. But I made sure I followed it to a T with the sleeves, and it came out really, really good. And I love it. It's so cool. I immediately wanted to cast on another one after finishing it. I did not, but I thought it was really, really, I'm I can't wait to make a black and white one, because again, the main photo is in black and white. That's a really great, color combination too. And maybe in a slightly smaller size would be nice, with some different yarn, because again, this is completely acrylic yarn. Never made any garment fully acrylic, but I'm feeling it. It's really warm and insulating. Today was a pretty cold day, and I had on a light jacket, so the acrylic came in handy. It's very thick. Only thing I think is the peeling with acrylic as well. There's a lot of peeling going on, but I am fine with it. I think I'm gonna work with it. Because again, the whole point was to make this a completely Dollar Tree sweater, so it's fine. I love the colors. I cannot express to you enough. It's just so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And the fact that I don't wear very much color is just really, I just love it, because it's one of the most colorful things in my wardrobe. I love pulling it out. I love looking at it. I love it so much. So I'm very excited about being done with that. This sweater took way too long. I think I cast it on, which probably you'll see from one of the videos. I think it was right around the time that I was about to finish my toasted tea, or somewhere around that. So basically in the spring sometime is when I casted this on. And then I took a little break from it because I was working on my toasted tea, and I wanted to finish that up before putting a lot of energy into this. Then at some point around August, I ran out of yarn, and I couldn't find it at any Dollar Tree. I spent the whole weekend going to at least 9 or 10 different Dollar Trees looking for this this eggplant, this purple color here, and I couldn't find it at any Dollar Tree. So I ended up having to go online, and I ended up purchasing it directly from Premier Yarns, which was nice. They sent me an extra skein for free. I literally ordered one skein of it because it came in this big bolt of 800 yards. And for scale, I guess the little skeins or balls, whatever that you get from Dollar Tree, are only 100 yards, 100 yard quantity. So I was like, okay, clearly one of these big bolts will be enough. I just need one. But I guess maybe they messed up or just wanted to be nice. I have no idea. I ended up getting 2 of those big gigantic skeins. So I was very happy. But anyways, this sweater took very long, but I'm just glad that it's done. It's so beautiful. I just want to wear it all the time now. I love it so much. It's so colorful. It's so beautiful. And I'm just really excited to be done with it. So that's the key sweater. Next, we have a product the Sophie Scarf that I'm working on in this electric or neon pink color, which is just so beautiful. I even got a lot of compliments on it today in my group, and they were all just this color is just so pretty. You just, you always have great colors in your projects. And I'm thanks. I love my toxic trait is just walking into a yarn store and looking at the brightest color and picking up one skein of it, and then walking to the counter and checking out. No plans, no additional skeins, nothing. Just one skein. So I have a gazillion of just one skeins. I do have a few sweater quantities of yarn, but for the most part of my stash, it's mainly just one skeins. So gotta get better with that. And so that's why I was like, I was so frustrated with like how much yarn I had of just like one skein. So I just dug into my stash and brought out this. I was like, I have to start working with, you know, some of these random one skeins. Brought this out and it's just like in love. I was recently in the yarn at Nina where I got this yarn from, and they had the mohair version of this color, and it is so pretty. So now I'm sure I'm gonna have a bunch of this left over because this is the skein now. Like I'm gonna have a bunch of this left over. But I'm wondering if I should like go and pick up the mohair and combine it and do something kind of funky. Like I'm trying to decide what I would do with it. Would I make like another scarf with this and the mohair? But I don't know. Maybe I should do like, I'm not sure, maybe some socks or something. I don't know if I have enough to make like a full pair of socks. I don't want to have to buy more of this. I mean, I wouldn't mind, but the whole idea is to kind of like use up what I have. I don't know. But I'm thinking about getting the mohair version of that and combining it and doing something with it because it's just, this color is just so pretty. How can I not? And this is, I don't know if I said in the last video, but this is the larger Sophie Scarf, the longer one. I've already made one of the smaller version, but wanted to use up as much yarn as possible. And this is just so pretty that I wanted to do the longer version of it. This is about halfway, so just to kind of give you some scale, I guess. It'll be a lot longer. I can tie it, do some funky things. I'm trying to decide like what the outfit's gonna be like. Where this is, just throw it on as a cute pop of color. I don't know. But I am gonna film a video soon of my entire stash because it's a lot. And I have some really fun and funky colors and nice textures, and I really want to like start to utilize more of my stash because I have a lot of really fun yarn in there. But here's my Sophie Scarf progress. All right, and then next is a project that's completely brand new from the last video. I decided to cast on my first mystery knit along. And so the backstory on this is I was recently at another, same group, but we were at a different location a couple weekends ago. And one of my friends there was talking about how a pretty famous, you know, knitwear designer was at Fiber Friends, which is like our local yarn store for the group. And she was like, kept talking with this designer. I had never heard of her. And I was like, okay, cool. So I looked her up. I still don't remember her last name, but it's Joji. I'll put her name in here. And I was like, okay, cool. So I just like kind of started scrolling through her designs, and I realized that she had like a mystery knit along that was coming up. And I was like, okay, well, you know, it's like $3 to start off. You purchase the initial, it's $3 for the pattern. But then what I didn't realize again with the mystery knit along is that clearly you don't know what it looks like. You have very little information about it. And I know now that like each week, so this is like a 4-week mystery knit along. Each week is a new part of the pattern. So like clue 1, you ideally would make clue 1 all within that week before the next clue comes out, and it's like a portion of the pattern. So imagine you have like a full pattern page. Each week you're getting a chunk of that pattern. So not sure why that was such a, so I didn't understand how mystery knit along worked, but that's how it worked if you had questions about that. So I'm so excited. I don't know if I can, I'm gonna show you guys really quickly because again, maybe you guys are in the mystery knit along. It's a shawl. And I know that the only rules or like ideas that she gave you was that you could make, it was a 1 skein shawl. It could be, I think any yarn weight. She recommended fingering. And she was saying you can use variegated yarn, you can use gradient yarn, you can use, you know, whatever kind of color, you know, theme you want it to do. And that was pretty much the basis of it before we got the first clue. And I'm in like there's one no spoiler thread and there's one spoiler thread, and I'm in both. And the spoiler threads have been amazing. Like the colors that people are using for this mystery knit along is amazing. The first clue, and it's the difficulty level was beginner. So there's no like fancy techniques. There's a little bit of like lace work in there, but it's very, very basic. There's just a couple different yarn overs and SSKs, and it's very basic, very minimum. I'm not a person who does a lot of lace. So again, if I can do it, trust me, you can do it because I'm not a big lace person. So what I decided to do was a little while ago, I bought a Leading Man's mini skein. What is it called? So they have like this bag of like mini skeins that go like in a gradient. So it's called the Showstopper Gradient, and it was in the colorway Raspberry. So these are the colors. And basically, it's just mini skeins that like go from like lighter to darker in this really pretty like pink shade. And I had bought it was $38. I got it from this yarn store that was closing I think maybe like last year or something during yarn crawl. And I was like, okay, well, I'll get it. And again, buying yarn, not having any idea. And I was like, I'll do something with it. And so when this Misty Knit Along came up, she suggested, I think, using 420 yards. And I was like, perfect. Because like, this is like a total of 552 yards. And she said that you can obviously make it longer, shorter, whatever. So ideally, I'll use up this entire gradient yarn pack in this shawl. And it'll be a mystery of how, you know, it looks in the end. I'm very excited about this. Again, as I said before, it's my first Mystery Knit Along. So, and it's also my first pattern by this designer. So I decided to just, you know, give it a try, and I'm loving it so far. Thus far, the first clue has already come out. The second clue came out yesterday. So, and she actually released the second clue early, and I was so mad because like I'm like type A, and I'm like, I want to, you know, start the clue like as soon as she releases it or whatever. But I'm like, Simone, relax. Like, there is no rush. Like, the only rules I'm giving myself is that I obviously want to be done. I really want to be strict about finishing up a clue before the next one comes out because I want to stay on track. And ideally, if you do stay on track, you would finish this shawl up in a month. And I've never done a shawl in a month. I don't know why, but I just never put like a deadline or whatever on most of my projects, but definitely not like my little shawls or cute little scarves and things like that. So I'm excited to be done with the shawl in a month. Like ideally, I should be able to wear this shawl for, I guess, like Thanksgiving. I think the last clue comes out like somewhere end of November-ish. I believe it's before Thanksgiving. So who knows? Maybe I'll be done with this before Thanksgiving. Maybe I can wear for Thanksgiving. But I'm gonna briefly show you guys. I don't know what the like how the Mystery Knit Along works. Like maybe if you guys don't want a spoiler, then you don't look at this video. I don't know. But here, I'll just show you what I have thus far. If you guys are curious. Okay, again. I don't know the rules, but I'm excited about it. Like, it starts off with a lot of garter, and then there's like a little bit of a lace work going on, and then I've only briefly looked at the clue 2, so I'm guessing that it's gonna have a little bit more of that lace work pattern coming in, but from what I can see thus far, I'm pretty excited about it. And I'm just happy about using this gradient yarn. Excited to see what it looks like. And look at my little stitch markers. They say shit show. And I actually took a picture of this to put on the spoiler thread, and everyone kept commenting on my stitch stoppers. I was like, yeah, I love them. They're super cute. And that's actually a new addition to my stitch stopper collection because I have a bunch of them. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys this week. A finished key sweater, my Sophie Scarf, which I'm very excited about. Hopefully I will finish that. Hopefully today. I want to finish it today. Today's Saturday, so I'll have a little bit of time later on. So maybe I can finish today. Goals for today is to finish the Sophie Scarf and potentially start on clue 2 of the Mystery Knit Along shawl. So that's about it for you guys. I hope that you guys are having a great, you know, knitting time. I hope you guys are working on some really fun, exciting projects. Hopefully you guys will share what you're working on in the comments. And if you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, all the fun things, and tell me what you're working on. But thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Bye.